once you've collected all your research materials, it can be a little bit overwhelming, and you have to figure out a way to impose some order on all that chaos. That's when we talk about organization, how to format a speech so it almost writes itself. You just need the basic outline format: Roman numeral 1, intro; Roman numeral 2, body; Roman numeral 3, conclusion. Now, actually, the first thing you work on is the body of the speech, because that's the main segment. That's the meat of the speech. Sometimes students think that you should write the intro first because it comes first in the speech, but actually that would be like the tail wagging the dog. You would then spend all your time trying to fit the main part of the speech to that tiny little intro. Instead, write the body first, then the intro and conclusion. Now, in the intro, you will have an attention getter. The attention getter is the very first thing you say in the speech. It should be something catchy that makes the audience sit up and take notice. So don't start with, "Hi, my name is," or "Good morning," or "Good afternoon." Start off getting the audience's attention. Then you can say, "Hi, my name is Diana Sage, and I'm going to talk to you about how to give a speech," or whatever. So once you have the audience's attention, that's when you say your name and the thesis. You don't have to say your name. That's only, if, for example, if they don't know you and you do want to introduce yourself. But the thesis statement is just like in English class. It's the topic sentence. It tells the audience what the speech will be about. Let's say I were giving a speech about caffeine. I would just say, "I'm going to tell you a little bit about caffeine." Then in the preview, that's where you give us a little more specific information about what we can look forward to in the speech. You basically just preview your main points for us. Of course, you don't want to say my 3 main points will be. That would be lame. Instead, you would say something like, "I'm going to tell you about the chemical makeup of caffeine, the products that contain caffeine, and the effects caffeine has on the human body." Then in the body of the speech, you would elaborate more on each main point. If your first main point is the chemical makeup of caffeine, you would explain more about that, cite your sources. Second main point then would be products that contain caffeine. Elaborate there, provide details, cite your sources. Third main point, effects caffeine has on the human body. Elaborate on that, cite your sources. And then when you get to the conclusion, you would just review. Tell us what you told us. Now I've told you about the chemical makeup of caffeine, products that contain caffeine, and the effects it has on the human body. So now you know more about caffeine. That sentence, "Now you know more about caffeine," is the thesis statement. You end the speech with a clincher. You don't want to end with "thank you" because it's not really original. It's not a good, strong, powerful way to close the speech. It's perfectly fine to thank the audience, but you would say something like, "Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me. I do want to leave you with one final thought." And then you end with a good, strong closing statement that has some oomph, that really does clinch the speech.